Stop! We're gonna use a polygraph test to prove you're guilty.
What's a polygraph test?
Polygraph tests. This video will attempt to demonstrate the way your legal rights play into polygraph testing. Polygraph tests, also known as psychophysiological detection of deception tests within the U.S. federal government, measure heart rate, blood pressure, respiration, and skin conductivity in order to determine whether a subject may be lying or not. U.S. law enforcement and federal government agencies like the FBI, NSA, and CIA use polygraph examinations for interrogation and for their screening process. However, there are disputes over the test's accuracy, and there are no specific physiological reactions associated with lying. Due to these disputes, tests are not always applicable. So when can this test be used?
You're a suspect in a crime and we're gonna need a polygraph test you.
Who, me?
This is a case when polygraph examinations would be applicable. Polygraph tests can be used to help police determine whether a person is a viable suspect in a crime.
Aha, you're guilty. Wait till we take him to court and show him this.
This is not legal. Tests are not always admissible in court unless both parties agree that the results of the polygraph test should be released. Polygraph tests can be administered but may not make up a part of the prosecutor's or the defendant's case without mutual consent, meaning in most court cases, polygraph tests are not admissible.
Hey, employee at this for-profit, non-federally affiliated auditing company, I need you to take a polygraph test.
This scenario isn't illegal. Companies that aren't related to the government and do not work in security, investigation of theft, or handle drugs may not ask for, force someone to take, or even accept lie detection tests, as law states that companies may not discriminate based off of test results due to their questionable accuracy.
Now, I'm going to need you to answer a couple of questions under this polygraph test. Are you heterosexual? Is your political party libertarian? Are you Buddhist?
You never said you were gonna ask me this.
This situation would be entirely unacceptable. While examiners may ask about a large variety of topics, questions may not be degrading or needlessly intrusive. Furthermore, a list of topics one cannot be asked about, including religious beliefs, sexual preference, racial matters, and political affiliation, must be included in a statement and signed off on prior to the test.
Jiminy Crickets, I've been caught!
Yes, you have.
Boss the boss here. I'm thinking of hiring John Doe. Did he take a polygraph test?
Why, in fact, he did, and he failed it. Don't hire that scum.
This situation is forbidden under federal law. Results of a polygraph examination may not be disclosed to anyone besides who ordered it, the administrator, and the participant, especially when this information could affect the hiring of an applicant. Employers are not allowed to accept this information of the results of a polygraph exam, regardless of if the participant authorizes the disclosure. Now, it's important to remember, federal law is not always equivalent to state law. Oftentimes, state statutes can be stricter than the federal ones mandated by the Employee Polygraph Protection Act.
Oh no, I've been tested illegally.
The Employee Polygraph Protection Act is enforced by the U.S. Department of Labor. If you think you have been tested illegally, call the Department of Wages and Hour Division. You can discuss your claim and file a letter of complaint. The employer who is found to have violated this act may be fined up to $10,000 in order to take corrective action. If the actions of the Labor Department do not satisfy you, you could consider filing a lawsuit under the Employee Polygraph Protection Act. However, this lawsuit must be filed within 3 years of the incidents. Polygraph tests can be a useful tool in the process of proving yourself innocent. However, the scenarios in which a polygraph examination are applicable or even legal are rare. If you find yourself being pressured or forced to take a polygraph test, be sure to keep your legal rights in mind.